Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? It's Monday Movement with Ray and Ryan. We are coming at you live a little later than normal because we had some prior meetings that we had to be on for the company. So big stuff coming down the pipe.
Wanted to change things up a slight bit today. Normally, I mention at the end of our meetings about us both being promoters for Innovative Posh, and the opportunities there for that. And just wanted to take an opportunity real quick before we get into it to mention to everybody that we mentioned a lot about Innovative Posh. We mentioned about patches. We mentioned about what it does for us to help with our movement and whatnot. And what we don't do is cover early on in our conversations the benefits that they have. And so just wanted to kind of give a little bit of a quick, I guess just a quick nod to Innovative Posh and the products that we use. And so Ryan and I are both independent promoters for Innovative Posh. We have vitamins in a patch, and then we also have a line of self-care and skincare products, bath bombs, face masks and all that good stuff, facial masks and whatnot, all that good stuff. So, we talk a lot about the patches that we use because that's the majority of the focus that him and I use. But CBD, a multivitamin, a sleep patch, and an immune booster are our four biggest sellers. And if any of those, I'm sure that most people watching might find something that would help them, or that they would find benefits in with the patches. We'd love to chat with you about it. So reach out to either one of us, whoever brought you here. We'd love to have a conversation about that. And then also, if there's a potential that you might want to try to save yourself some money on it, like I did, and the reason why I got into it, let us know. We can tell you about the business opportunity as well and help you not only, fall in love with the products like we did, but also how to save some money in doing so. So reach out. Now that I've mentioned that, then I won't cover it later in the meeting like I normally do. But I realize that sometimes we get later in the meeting and we may not have the attention that we have in the beginning. So covered that. So our topic of conversation today, Ryan, I was mentioning to you that I wanted to talk about. I've heard a lot of just mentioning of being into the fourth quarter of the year, October 1st, yesterday. So we're now coming down to the tail end of the year, the last quarter of the year, and this the holidays are typically one for me personally, are one where I struggle with staying on track. And so I feel like for some reason that the universe has brought to my attention a focus on don't let that happen this year, because every January I can get right back to where I was at the end of September, but it takes me, almost a full month to get back on track and, to lose any of the weight that I gained, mainly in November and December, because there's just a lot of sweet stuff that you can have and that you can eat throughout this month. And so, what I wanted to discuss today is just, a reminder to everybody to set your goals, and find ways to make sure that you're keeping moving, find ways to make sure that you're keeping yourself at least remotely on your diet, if not fully focused on your meal plan and eating healthy and keeping yourself from just letting it all go and saying, well, I'll have a New Year's resolution, because New Year's resolutions are great, but why not start now? There's no time like the present. And so if you go proactive instead of reactive, then come January 1, you'd just be that much better off and starting with that much of a better platform. So I don't know, anything to start off from that pops into your mind?
Yeah, no, I think it's a good topic because, like you said, a lot of people come, end of November, and then December rolls around, and end of December, early January, they're kind of they've been working hard, getting to a point, and then that time of year rolls around, and they just kind of like, that's all out the window. You know, the holidays are here. You know, Thanksgiving, big feast, big meal. You know, Christmas celebrations, all that stuff, and then New Year's right after that. A lot of that can just go to the wayside, and you know, I think like we've talked a little bit about before. You know, everything and kind of in moderation. You know, it's okay to go do those things, but just if you want to, you know, maintain or not have a huge hole to dig out of come first part of the new year for that resolution that some people believe in, you know, you can have some of that stuff, but just do it in moderation. You don't have to go crazy with it, you know, go gung ho and, oh, I'm just going to eat till I puke, or, you know, got to undo my pants because I've ate too much, you know, just have normal portions like you normally would, and try to limit, you know, a lot of the sugar. It's hard, especially this time of year, because there's a lot of good stuff that rolls around this time of year, but you know, you have to have a little bit of discipline and keep your bigger long-term goals in mind. You know, sacrifice a little now for a bigger gain down the road.
Yeah, no, and yeah, that's definitely, like I said, it's on the forefront of my mind right now, because I think I've seen at least 3 times in the last 2 days someone talking about fourth quarter of the year and what that means, and you know what the focus should be, and you know, one thing that came to mind is I don't have any more events scheduled for the year. I scheduled a turkey trot, but that's, you know, the morning of Thanksgiving, so that'll set me up for being able to consume later in the day. But you know, I don't have a lot planned fitness wise. I don't have any more events planned. I kind of you know, went a little bit of, you know, a little bit not overboard, but went a little bit harder in September than I have, and so it's kind of like a letdown now that I don't have anything planned, because you know I had 2 big events, and you know I'm still kind of working through the bruised tailbone situation, but you know, I've not let it be an excuse to stop me, and so that's kind of a thing in my head that's reminding me of, if you're not letting an injury stop you, you're finding ways to get your workouts in still, finding ways to get movement in. And you know, there's definitely a way to find, you know, find balance in keeping up with, you know, the holidays, and not just letting everything go. You know, I mentioned to you before, and I think even in our last Monday, that, you know, I'm focusing a little bit more on strength, following the Spartan race. I want to get stronger. I want to do better next time. So I'm not going to let that go. You know, I've got to stay focused on that. So that's kind of where my brain's at. But, you know, I guess my encouragement to everybody is, you know, find something that gives you incentive to work towards maintaining your goal. So that way, that January 1st, you know, line isn't, you know, a full start over. It's more of a, you can improve, because that's what, you know, it's a new opportunity, but also, you know, why not start off better than, you know, set yourself off to not have to start off as bad as it could be, you know? So.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go kind of coach mindset a little bit here, talking about a fourth quarter. You know, whether it's when I'm coaching basketball or baseball, you know, the late innings, 7th, 8th, 9th innings, cross country team, it's the last, you know, half mile, quarter mile of a race. Fourth quarter, I mean, it applies to everything. You have to finish.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that goes hand in hand with a lot of stuff in life. You know, you get to the end of whatever you're trying to do, you got to finish. You can't work this hard to get to the point where you're at now, and then just, oh, this is happening now, I'm going to let it go. You have to finish, you know, stay strong through the end of that, whatever it is. And, you know, you don't stop till, you know, that last out's made, till the final seconds tick off the clock, you know, until you cross the finish line. You gotta keep going. And I think, you hit it on the head too. If you don't, it's okay to do a little bit, but if you want to start off the new year here instead of down here because I let everything go, I'd rather start here and not have to build all that back up to get there anyway and then go forward. So don't give up on things just because the holidays are coming up. Stay strong, stay disciplined, and do stuff in moderation.
Definitely. A topic that we discuss seriously is finding accountability partners, and it's really easy to find accountability partners to take you to the dark side and help you fall off track, especially during the holidays. To take you that and be the positive influence on them, help guide them. I can do that, but we also have to do this, so that way we can prepare ourselves to minimize the impact. I'm not saying that you can't do things or that you shouldn't do things that are fun or that are indulgent, but also find a balance in there, something that's going to offset it. Because if you can maintain throughout the rest of the year, you're still better off than if you just let it all go. And so I enjoy that that you and I have each other to keep each other accountable. I'll admit, this morning I woke up and I thought, I was in a good amount of pain yesterday. My tailbone was bothering me really bad yesterday. And so I woke up this morning almost giving myself an excuse that I wasn't going to go. But I remembered that we do this Movement Monday, and I felt like I was going to be a fraud if I didn't get up and go, and I couldn't let Ryan down and not get my Monday in. And so I went. I powered through it. Some of it was a little uncomfortable, but you got to embrace the discomfort. I am being smart about it. I'm not pushing myself to where I'm going to get myself, hurt some more. I look a little funny in doing some of the movements, but I have to adjust where I can. It takes me a little bit longer to get going on the treadmill. I can't just get up and go. I have to work my way into my body, feeling comfortable with that movement. But, there's a lot to be said for not wanting to not let other people down, because sometimes, just not letting yourself down ain't enough. And so having those people to hold you accountable and to, to have to face when you don't do what you're going to do. The other thing that crossed my mind was, I'm going to go because I said I would. Heidi talks a lot about, or when she posts her workouts, she always posts it with because I said I would. And it was very much of I go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I work out at home Tuesday and Thursday now versus going to the track like I used to. And so if that's what I say I do, I have to be about that. I can't just talk the talk. I have to walk the walk too. So, and I'm grateful for that in the accountability part of this year, because like I said, the holidays are usually a struggle for me because I like to eat all the sweets. I like to eat, and my wife, she bakes. She makes delicious cocktails. Themed cocktails, and it's just, she was a bartender for a long time, and so she knows how to, make delicious stuff there too, and she's great in the kitchen, and so it's real easy for me to just consume. so I've let her know that I'm gonna try very hard to not indulge as much as I would. I'll have some here and there, but luckily there's the boy in the house to eat most of the stuff she's making. so wish me luck.
No, you'll be fine. I think you'll be great. Yeah, no, I love, especially the relationship we've gained. Obviously had one before we'd met, through Innovative. But since we've really dove into this and, getting to know you a lot better and being your accountability partner the same way you're mine, you're, like you said, it means everything. There's, I think about that too. There's mornings the alarm goes off and I'm like, oh, I don't want to get up. But I'm like, I bet Ray's already been at the gym. And then I look at my watch. Yep, there's his workout. So get your feet on the floor. Get out of bed. Let's go. But but besides you, and I'm sure you do too, I've got a lot of other people that help hold me accountable, that I hold them accountable, and in many areas. Not, I mean, more obviously in the fitness, but in other areas of life too. That we work together and make sure that we're towing the line, walking the line, the way we're supposed to be. I had an example the other day. It was running. It was kind of warm. I was running with my kids at cross country practice and took off, and I knew I hadn't eaten as much during the day as I should have, but took off running, and I was going pretty good and passed a couple of the kids. Hey, good job, keep it up. And then it just about 2 miles in hit me, and I was like, oh, I'm dead. I need to quit.
Yeah.
And so I slowed way down. Well, then one of my girls caught up with me, and so I just, in my head, I was like, okay, I can't stop. And I told her, I said, hey, we don't stop. You keep me going, I keep you going. She's like, all right. And we did the last 2 miles. And I could tell on her face that she wanted to quit, but she never did. And when we got done, I said, hey, nice job. You kept me going. And I said, how many times did you want to quit? And she's like, a lot. I was like, yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
I did too, but we didn't stop, and I said, thank you for holding me accountable. And I addressed that to the team before we left that day. I said, hey, there was no way I was going to let her down by me stopping. I would have to fall over dead before I'm going to let her down. So the accountability is huge. So yeah, if you can find somebody to work together with on whatever goal you're trying to get to, it's very powerful.
100%. Yeah, I probably just keep circling around the same thing now if I keep talking about it. So I mean, but yeah, I mean, and that's so powerful to have that. Also, kudos to you because when you're tired because you're malnutritioned, that sucks. That is one of the worst tired because it's harder to find that within you because for one, you're disappointed in yourself because you know better. And two, you're an influence to those kids. And so way to turn that around and just call out. You're influencing me right now, so keep it up. So.
Yeah. Well, and I told him too when we were all together. I was like, "Hey, I didn't take care of my body today. Learn from my lesson. I didn't eat enough, and I'm feeling it, and it's affecting me. So take care of yourselves. Make sure you're eating what you need to eat, and drink your water, and take care of your body.
Yeah,
because to perform it the way we want to perform." You got to give your body what it needs.
You need that fuel.
Yeah. Always trying to make moments coachable.
Definitely. Well, and I mean, and that's there's so many coachable moments in life in general, and so I try very hard not to just be Mr. Coaching opportunity all the time, Mr. Parenting opportunity all the time, but sometimes they just present themselves. You're like, well, what'd you learn? So, and it's even to yourself, you can identify things that I probably could have handled that differently and got different results. Or, it also takes a big person to admit, to a team like that that you influence. I screwed up, but it makes you more real, makes you more relatable. And I think it makes them like you that much more and appreciate you. So, again, kudos to you for that. So,
thank you. I hope so anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because we're not perfect. We're going to have bad days. And so it's important for them to see that and to know that and to feel that. Because, when I've coached little leagues or, when I go to class, when I go to Orange Theory as a participant rather than as a coach, there's days where I'll have people, I'll tell somebody, I need you to push me today because I'm not feeling it. And I'll tell you what, sometimes that just gives them that much of a little bit more uptick in, all right, so, and I get what I needed. It's not necessarily what I wanted because, I wanted to chill, but it helps, it goes both ways. So, I dig that. So,
yeah.
Well, good deal. I don't have much more to cover today. Did you want to keep it short today?
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, we're still 20 minutes, so
Yeah.
yeah, we'll
Okay.
keep it short.
Okay. All right. Well, I will get into our wrap up spiel. Just a reminder that we are on YouTube, Movement Monday with Ray and Ryan on YouTube. We are caught up all up until last week. So if you missed any previous episodes, or maybe this is your first one, and we sparked some interest in you, please go take a look. There's plenty of different subjects that we've discussed regarding fitness and vitamins, and we'd love to have you watch those, like those, share them, and create some involvement. Let us know what you'd like to hear us talk about. Let us know if you'd like to join us. If you're passionate about movement, we'd love to have some guests. Other than that, we'll call that Movement Monday with Ray and Ryan this week, and we'll see y'all next time.
Yeah, go Hawks.
Go Hawks. See you later.
Have a good one.
Bye now.